We are back.
We here, baby.
Hey, yo. Welcome, y'all. This to the what are we in? 2023
Yeah,
season?
2023 season.
This is the new
Yes, sir.
2023 season of the Hitch
sir.
and Hook podcast.
We
I'm
back.
sure y'all remember us. And as my man says, we back. I'm going to let him go ahead and remind y'all who he is and who he has always been.
Listen, let me tell you, I'm Jamar Smith.
Burr, 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 burr.
Yes, sir, I'm back. And along with my host and partner,
I'm your boy Nick Ransom, of course, Patriot fan, Baltimore Patriot fan as it's called. And man, look, it is so good to be back.
whew, it was a nice little hiatus, nice little break we took. But now
We needed it. Everyone needed it, right?
Everybody needed some time to take off because this last season was one for the books.
Dude.
But now we here, and it's time for the new year.
Okay.
We got the new year. The draft is coming up in a couple weeks, and we got a lot to talk to y'all about.
Look, and it's so exciting because as he said, little hiatus, but didn't feel like much between all the trades, the news, and of course, the dysfunction in many organizations. We'll get into that as we get a little deeper into the show. But between all of that went on in this quote-unquote off-season, here we are. We find ourselves back today, ready for everything, ready for the start of the season. Keep in mind, we have a big April 27th date coming up this month.
And for those of you who don't know, and you should know, NFL draft, baby.
NFL draft. All the young bucks, them young kids coming out of college, as they would say them. Now this is their time to go ahead, put into fruition, show the league who they are, what potential they can bring to any of the 32 teams, and let's get this money making. You know? Let's get to the bag, as the kids would say.
Absolutely. Because it's time.
It's time.
They had their time in college, and now
it's time.
They're transitioning to the pro leagues.
And this only starts the season. It's like that first precursor to, that heartbeat of the NFL season. We start with the draft. That's basically all of the teams starting to become who they want to become at the start of the year. Or at the beginning of the first, game of the season.
You start picking the pieces to add.
Yep.
And include into your organization and franchise and hope that you can win a Super Bowl. But before we can get to that, we have to talk about the news that's been going around lately.
Because, like you said, it was a lot that went on, right?
It was a lot during the hiatus. But the biggest one in Baltimore.
Break us into it.
The biggest one in Baltimore.
Break us into it.
OBJ has signed a 1-year deal worth $18 million with $15 million guaranteed.
Whoa.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Lamar Jackson sign a contract?
Let me see. I ain't got none.
I
Not yet.
don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. So,
do they have an offensive line yet? Let me see. I don't see that either. But wait. This is showing. No offensive line yet. So I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to say either. They got a running offensive line. That's about it.
But they can't run the ball.
Can they not run the ball? Or could they run the ball and then when it was time to really run the ball, they decided we're going to pass 30 times?
Well, is that either because of coaching or because of their inability to truly run the ball?
Oh, that's a good question.
So as we're talking about it, I don't want to bash Baltimore quite yet because, of course, the whole Lamar Jackson saga is still up in the air.
Yeah.
My man, as I've been saying, is worth the money. Try finding a quarterback that can average you as a team 10 to 13 wins per year. And the reason why I said quarterback that can average the team is because proven statistically, the Ravens score 10 less points when Lamar is not in the game.
Okay, that's a good point.
They're 2-6 when he's not in the game. So that quarterback alone is enough to help keep them in contention, to keep them in games, to help them win games.
Right.
So, as I've always been saying, $200 million is what I'm for. If I had a check on me right now, and I'd write it. It sounds like the issue between the organization in Baltimore and what Lamar wants. Lamar wants a long term, while Baltimore does not want to give the long-term guarantee.
I'm glad you brought that up because
that's the issue.
That leads me to this question for you. Baltimore put on the table, supposedly, based on tweets from Lamar, among other things, that it was going to be a 3-year, $133 million contract.
And that's a lot of cheese.
Would you sign it? Because me personally, I don't think I'm signing it. Not with Baltimore, for the simple fact that what have you put? We brought in OBJ, but what had you put around me?
Just
before?
quick question, and this is we're asking this question in thinking that we are Lamar, putting ourselves in Lamar's shoes, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, keep going. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
Keep going.
If I'm Lamar, I'm not taking that deal, and I'm not taking that deal because, and I'm gonna bring this up every single time, no matter what anybody says or thinks.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson got paid over $230 million guaranteed, and he hadn't played in over 2 years. And they said, we want you, we're gonna pay you, and they paid him. Now the Browns didn't have the greatest season at all.
Nor did they make the best decision in that.
No.
But I'll get to that. Keep going.
But you paid this man. Why can't Lamar, an actual MVP, a person who's made it to the playoffs, who's beaten teams, why can't he get the money that he so rightfully deserves?
No, I hear what you're saying. I totally hear what you're saying. And like I said, I agree with the worth. Lamar absolutely is worth the 133, the $200+ million, that 230 over 4 or 5 years. He's worth it. But the issue I do have, and I hate to stand with the organizations in this sense, but the issue I do have is that Deshaun Watson deal, that was just out of left field. That was a deal that I feel Cleveland just ran to the board, throwing as much money just to get a name, not necessarily knowing when or how long it will take before they get back up to a well-oiled machine.
So you're saying they did it to fill the seats?
I honestly think that's what Cleveland did. They realized we need a starting quarterback. We need one that's good enough in a bad situation. Hence the 3 different offensive coordinators and coaches Cleveland went through over the last 5 years. They need somebody that's a veteran, somebody that can go through that, but also somebody that's going to put butts in seats. Now, I'm not saying that 24 civil lawsuits will put butts in seats, but a player of Deshaun Watson's caliber, yes. But everything around the deal made that deal just totally laughable. Yeah. That deal in itself cannot be held as a standard of where the league is at quarterback in the market. Now, I can care less how much you say the league makes from quarterbacks or how much you say the cap space is going up per year. I get that. But there has never been a long-term guaranteed deal done in this league before, outside of Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. And all that does, in my opinion, if you make that a norm for the league, is open the door for players to walk into organization, get what they need, and not allow the organization to build for the future of winning. All about winning rings, right?
Yeah, it is.
Not about how much money you make in 4 years. So, this leads me to our previous question. Should Lamar have taken that 133 3-year? Or should he have continued to do what he's doing now and trying for the long term? As his agent, with that information, Nicholas Aaron Ransom is your agent right now, bro. I got you, shorty. Listen, with that information I just brought to you, right, about how teams don't want to give long-term guarantees, I would have been like, look, bro, if we can get 133 guaranteed in 3 years, you're getting 240 in the next contract over 6 years. The goal is to make more money over your span of the years in your career than to make it in 3-4 years. Yes, it wouldn't have made you the top paid quarterback today, But as you would have retired, or when you would have retired with 2-3 rings of stability, you see what I'm saying? You would have been $400 million guaranteed right then and there with 2 rings, multiple MVPs, and then what? So as his agent, I would have said take it. But the player in me,
I'm worth more.
The Negro in me,
I'm worth more.
The sports fanatic in me sees
I'm deserving of more.
He's totally worth
I did
more.
everything with nothing. I've done everything. Remember this part. Everything with nothing.
But it's a business. Tom Brady averaged $14 million a year.
By choice, though.
But through most of his career, just to win 6 rings. So you tell me. And you say by choice. So it turns to where the heartbeat of this league is today. Is it about the money and marketing? Are we Juju and TikTok? Or are we about the rings and the gold jackets? Are we
If this
Brady?
was the 90s, early 2000s, yes, it's about the rings and making my team better. But we are in this day and age where a lot of these young kids are, I want my money. I want my bread. I want you to pay me what I'm worth. I'm putting in all this work. I deserve to be paid as such.
And that's the issue. Because the game of football never changes. The X's and O's never changes. The work you have to put in to be the Barry Sanderses of the bunch, to be the Elways of the bunch, the Montanas of the bunch. Keep in mind, a lot of these kids coming out of college on their rookie deals getting paid more than them guys, but will never, ever stand tall beside them. Walk into a room beside Elway, Montana, Barry, and them, and see just how the room shakes. I don't care how much money you make, bro. It's not about that. We in this to win rings. That's what we in this for. So, understanding that the game never changes, but the business does, is where these kids need to be. Lamar needs to understand the business will always be the moneymaker. Yes, you're worth $250. You can get that right now. But the game is not going to allow you to do that right now. Allow the game to get you more. You use the organizations with what they're dumbly willing to give you now, 133, 3 years, and then come out and show them just why they need you. You're not Joe Flacco, Kyle Bowler, or McNair. Put all 3 of them, rest in peace, Stevie boy, rest in peace. But put all 3 of them together, you're still 10 times better than them.
Oh, absolutely.
10 times better of a quarterback to lead this team. So, give him his money.
So, this is my last point on it, and then I'm going to switch it up because I got something to
We
talk
be on
about.
this all day.
We will.
Quite frankly.
So, OBJ, mind you guys, it's a 1-year deal, right? OBJ has his
Worthless.
1-year deal. You paid him, what? He's getting $18 million, up to $18 million, but $15 million of that is guaranteed.
And explain to people what guaranteed means.
So guaranteed, obviously, as we've been talking about, money that he's going to get. Like, it doesn't matter what happens. He could be hurt and miss 16 games.
So does that mean that's at the meat of signing the acceptance offer for this job?
Absolutely. The moment you put that signature, the moment that John Hancock hits that paper,
15-6-0.
15 is right there in your account.
Jesus.
It's right there, no matter what. And he can earn up to $18 million, I'm assuming, in incentives as well as other things. I'm assuming it's incentives. That's the only thing that makes sense. So,
Hence, stay healthy.
if he stays healthy. So, I feel like we're going to see one of these things where this is a 1-year deal. Lamar's going to sign this franchise tag contract. Before, I believed he wasn't going to, but you got OBJ. I think now he'll probably sign this 1-year contract deal with the franchise tag. And then, after this year ends, he's out the door. Because I think it's going to be one of those things, like we saw it with Tom Brady. When Tom Brady was with the Bucs, they had players sign 2-year or 3-year deals.
And it's
And
fucking y'all right now.
And quite a few of them have dipped beyond that or traded, whichever one they decided to do.
So much so they $50 million under the cap space. No
or
bueno.
over.
Over, yes, over
Excuse
the
us,
cap.
over. So, personally, I think Lamar is going to play this year out now and jet. Notice I said jet. I said that for a reason. He's going to jet. He's booking it.
Are you
going.
foreshadowing to the gangrene?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. Because
We're not going to get there yet. I don't want to talk about that yet.
But before I jump to this next topic, if that's the case, do you see that being a thing? Do you see that actually happening? Because I personally think that that's why this is a 1-year deal. More so than, oh, OBJ needs to prove himself. No, we signed you to this 1-year deal so Lamar could come back and play out that year, and then adios. I'm going to go where the money is.
You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore, don't hate me for this one. I'm sorry. But I think the OBJ signing had nothing to do with Lamar.
So what was the point of it? What was the point of signing his old ass?
I believe throwing $15 million guaranteed to a 30-year-old wide receiver off of 2 ACL injuries was a sign of desperation.
Ooh. Ooh.
Desperation being this. What's the one issue or one conversation most Baltimore fans had in regards to their wide receiver core over the years?
We haven't had a real wide receiver since Anquan Bolden.
There you go.
And I was mad, and that's the other part, because me included, I was pissed when they let him go, because why would you let go of a player like Anquan Bolden, who still had some years on them tires?
Yep. So, okay. So now they're in the market. All right, we technically need a 1, but we need a 1 that's splashy enough. One that's splashy enough to kind of say, okay, will you entice Lamar to just put all this behind him and come back? Now, they did what Aaron Rodgers, or what the Jets did with Aaron Rodgers. When a quarterback has a Christmas list, they go out and throw money to those gifts for that quarterback in hopes that the quarterback is going to be happy for Christmas.
We're going to talk about you, Aaron, but yes.
And the reason why I'm saying that this is desperation, they offered him $15 million guaranteed. He was only in the market actively talking to teams for 5 to 6.
That's what he asked for, or that's
where his market stood.
His market value was. Okay.
Upon every active roster that he was in contact with.
For the record, the highest wide receiver that was paid during this offseason was it Jacoby Myers?
$33 million 3-year deal. That's $11 million a year.
And the Ravens paid, what is it? It's $18 million, right? $15 million. They paid $4 million over that.
I'm sorry.
With 2 ACL tears.
They gave him 10 more than what the market was giving him.
That
only proves desperation. We're gonna bring you in because you boys with Lamar. Hopefully you can talk with Lamar, bring him back. And this leads me to his Odell's Thursday press conference. I'm gonna be quick on this one because I want to talk about my Patriots next.
Yeah.
But if you realize, and y'all go back and look at Odell's press conference, when they asked him about Lamar, he says his quoted answer, was life is uncertain. You think Lamar's gonna be back for OTAs?
I'm sorry. What? Life is certain.
Uncertain.
Uncertain. Sir, I asked you about football. Don't you be giving me life.
All that tells me is he don't know. His signing, him signing with the Ravens was not ensuring that Lamar will be back. Him signing with the Ravens is because the Ravens was dumb enough to give him $15 million or $10 million over market. That is what it is. So Baltimore, y'all got some issues to work out before the season. And quite frankly, unless 8 come back and he happy, and when I mean happy, I mean long-term happy, it's gonna be back to those old Kyle Bowler days.
Old Kyle Bowler days. Now, old Kyle Bowler days.
Really
now,
old.
let me ask you this. We are switching topics here now, ladies and gents. We are switching topics. When does age become a problem in your franchise? When does age become too much to handle for a franchise as well as the coach? Oh, I'm sorry. You have something to say? I'm Nick. What's less? How can I help you?
Yes, Teach. Can I go first?
Yes, you absolutely.
All right, Patriot Nation. It pains me to do this because 22-year fan right here. Have been through the worst. Spygates, You know, deflate gates. I done been through first game of the season, ACL injury against the Chiefs. I done been through it all, bro. But one thing I can say now that I'm fully understanding and seeing now with my organization is the nepotism. SAT word of the day, nepotism. Basically means moving in and out throughout the family. In layman's terms, I'm someone so-and-so's dad, they're automatically the owner of my business because I'm their dad. They don't have to know much, they don't have to do much, but because I know them and they're my family, they're next in line. Nepotism. Now, you brought up the age situation.
I did.
There was a time I really enjoy what my granddad would have to say. I would sit down and listen to the wisdom my granddad and the older generation would have to, would give us from back in their day. But tell me I'm wrong. There's a time where you see the age start to do this, and then what they start to say kind of does this. It's like, what do you know? It's not where we are today. No, granddad, you can't say that word. You can't call them that now no more. That's not PC, granddad. Granddad, you can't touch her there no more. Wow, can't do that. My issue lies with Bill Belichick. Grandpa Bill, Papa.
Billy B,
Pops. I'm starting to see his inability to not only run the team, but to connect with this generation.
Yeah, that tends to happen. It
sounds like a granddad in his 80s and 90s, knowing that what he does is the right way, and there's no other way to do it correctly.
Yeah.
Well, explain this to me, Dad. Why would you bring in two failed coaches, defensive coaches? I'm sorry, let's do this again. Two failed defensive coaches to run an offense. Explain that to me, Dad. Oh, you don't have an answer? Oh, because you're right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so when I'm not getting any work, when I'm not getting better, and I go to you for answers, and you have no answers for me, I can't go to nobody else to try to get better? Oh, no, because it's not in the family, Coach? Long story short, bro, I love Bill Belichick to death. I appreciate everything he's done for this organization over the last 25 years, especially in the 22 years of me being a fan. I've seen it all. I appreciate him. It's time to pass the torch. The same way he did with Tom Brady, saying, we don't know how long you're going to be in this league. We can't trust that you're going to be able to give us what we need fully throughout the season. Just for him to go do it, I'd rather Bill go win another Super Bowl someplace else than to continue to put my team down.
Honestly, I feel like if it's the Patriots, either the Patriots or nowhere. Like if you're either gonna play for the Patriots or coach the Patriots, or just retire.
He wanna beat Landry. He wanna get up there and wins, bro.
For those who don't know, you talking about Tom Landry?
Tommy, yes, I'm sorry.
Tom Landry, and those who don't know, he was a coach for the Dallas Cowboys back in the 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s, and right now they're on a nice little race, real tight race on wins, career wins. Bill wants that, but from what I'm seeing,
you know how far away he is by now?
I don't, but we'll get that information for you. I want to say he has a close to maybe 40, 50 games. So I would say at least
have to play it had to be 2 seasons, including
two or three seasons.
If I was to include playoffs, we could say probably 2 seasons.
We'll get that information. We'll put it on our Twitter and our Facebook and whatnot, so that you guys can have all that information. But no, to make a long story short, that's my issue. The age. He's running the organization and the team as if we're still in 1995. That is not the way to deal with these whatever the hell they are now.
Because they have their own. They have a mind of their own. These new generation of kids.
So they think.
That's fair, but they speak their mind though. That's the difference. A lot of players or a lot of coaches and teams and kids, they would, okay, I'm gonna do as I'm told because that's what I was instructed to do. These new kids, nah, I'm gonna tell you how I feel whether you like it or not. That's why Mac Jones got into the trouble he got with Bill Belly, because in his mind he was pissed, and he had every right to be, about where the offense was headed because who was directing him? A defensive coordinator who failed in Detroit and where else? Where was the other one?
New York.
And New
Joe
York.
Judge in New York
Joe
as the
Judge.
Giants and Matty P in Detroit. And look what Dan Campbell has been able to do with Detroit. Look what B-Day Ball has been able to do in a year in New York. But you bring two failed coaches that had multiple stints in these organizations over to run my sophomore quarterback? No bueno. But then you're going to yell at him for trying to be better and going to his college? It's not like he went to USC. He went back to Alabama, his Alabama coaches, to figure out what do I need to do to be better. So now you're telling me that's making you mad. Mr. 80-year-old man is in his puss about a 22-year-old kid trying to be better at the job that they're doing? No, I'm sorry. This kid got all of his career. This team has all of their careers to work by. You have lived yours. I am all for Gerard Mayo being the head coach of the New England Patriots. And if it ain't for Bill Belichick fucking up in 2023 or 2022, he would have been, Gerard Mayo would have been coach this year.
Do you think that, like, let's say this year you guys have a great year. You go, what is it, 11 and it's 7 now since it's Thursday.
Yeah, let's say 11-7.
11 and 7.
He didn't say 10-8 at the worst.
Right. Do you think that Robert Kraft is still going to keep Bill Belichick? Or do you think, even though we had this success, the amount of debauchery and bullshit that we dealt with over the course of the last couple of years, you think they would still cut him? Do you think Bill Belichick is in probably his last year? No. So if
we sniff playoffs, we ain't even got to touch playoffs. We sniff playoffs. Bill Belichick has his job. Mac's gone.
I don't like that.
Teammates are gone. Kendrick's gone. You see what they did with him last year?
Yeah, I forgot he existed.
What? Matter of fact,
I forgot he existed.
Just to explain or to confirm what I just said. Matt Castle. Not Matt Castle. Who was the kid?
Zappy?
After Bailey's Brian Hoyer. Third string veteran quarterback. Smart guy in the room. All of last year was coming at Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia with questions, asking, why are we doing this? Knowing it would not work. They cut him this year. And still have to pay him just to pick up Trey.
And then went to pick up Trace McSorley.
Exactly. Like,
who we haven't, like, I don't have any hate. Don't get me wrong, I have no hate for McSorley because he was a Raven before and he was a Cardinal afterwards. And he wasn't the worst. But at the same time, that veteran leadership makes a major difference. And you got mad. It's the fact that you got mad that he spoke his mind. You got mad that he spoke his opinion and asked questions and you didn't like that shit. That's the problem.
It really just seems like at this point in Bill's career, he just wants people around him that's going to kiss his ass and say whatever he wants to say.
That's not going to happen in this generation.
That's not how you win games.
That's not going to happen.
I'm done talking about my team. Like I said, we got a squad this year, and I want to see it happen. If Bill Belichick stays the fuck away from my offense and coaches his only thing he needs to do is a defense. Stay away from my offense. Let Billy O'Beasy do what he need to do and call it a day. But I'm done with this. Because I'm getting heated. I'm starting to sweat.
Now that we're done with that part, let me talk to y'all real quick, right? You know how we talked about who's been drafted, who hasn't. Well, not who's been drafted, but who has been talked about being drafted, and people who want trades, and all the big news that's going on, right? Devin White, that's right, the linebacker from LSU for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who was drafted in 2019. Yeah. He requested a trade. Was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before, but I think it was Tuesday. You requested a trade Tuesday for fucking what?
Ooh.
What is the problem? Is it just because of the money crunch with the salary cap? I get it. I understand. You want to be paid, right? You want the big bills. You want all the big money. You want $100 million sometime, some type of guaranteed contract.
I'll be damned.
You're not getting that. And Jason Licht came on today to confirm we're not entertaining trades for Devin White. That's not happening.
Because you know the Patriots been talking about him. Matt Judon wants him. I don't want him. Unless this kid coming over for Under $1 million, I don't want him.
Vet minimum. That's what he wants for him. Vet minimum. You think you gonna get that? You want that? That's what you want? Because that's what you gonna get if you go to the Patriots. They're not gonna pay you. We're not gonna pay you. We don't have the money to pay you. My problem here is you requested this trade. One, no good reason. You just mad because you know that the cap is about to be dog shit. I'm mad that it's about to be dog shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm mad it's about to be dog shit because we're about to owe $50 million next year too. But
Jesus.
don't get me. I love you. I love you, Devin White. You are a great player. The problem I have is you have missed tackles. You're not the best in pass coverage, okay? You can go sideline to sideline with the best of them, but you're not Micah Parsons.
Cover a 9 route up the seam.
You can't do it. You can't. Your tackles, your solo tackles, so I can be very specific with you. Not assisted tackles, not total tackles. Your solo tackles have decreased every year since your rookie year.
So you say he's becoming boxers of cotton balls in 1v1?
Very, very much so.
Like Charmin Ultra?
Charmin. Yes. Just straight like that. I'll give you the numbers. So you came in the league 2019. So from 2020 on, because I'll give you a pass in 2019 because you got hurt your rookie year. Okay? You had 97 tackles in 2020. Won us a Super Bowl ring. I appreciate you every year for that.
That was Brady.
Appreciate you. That's fair too. 97 tackles that year. 2021, you had, what is this? 87 tackles. Okay?
That's
and then
not bad.
it dropped even lower the next year. Okay? It dropped to 73. So every year, your tackles are decreasing. Okay? You have, 9 sacks in the Super Bowl year, and then I think it was 5 and 5. You broke even between the year after and so forth. What do you think you're gonna get on the market? They're not paying linebackers, bro. You're not Khalil Mack. Okay?
Well, let me ask you this. Is there anything more than the $6 million guaranteed that y'all already have him under contract for?
Probably not. I don't see anybody paying you more than what you think you're worth because you probably want a $100 million contract. That's not happening. I don't think any linebacker is going to get paid $100 million.
So let me ask you this, and I hate to be that asshole in this, because definitely you're just as emotional about your squad as I am about mine.
Absolutely.
But to play the devil's advocate, could it be that he sat around, started to see the moves that were happening this offseason, or the lack thereof, I should say, and realized that, I don't want to be a front runner on this team anymore?
That very well could be the point. That could very well, because he's made very discreet tweets talking about, wow, these 4 years or 5 years went by quick. He's made tweets like that. So that makes me believe that he feels like he wants out. And I think it is for money. Because he wants to be in the top 5 as far as contract goes.
But would y'all, so does Tampa not look at him as one of the top in the league?
It's not that they don't look at him as the top of the league. It's just the cap space. We don't have the money to pay you what you want.
Okay.
If you wait it out, because what's probably going to happen is they're probably going to franchise tag him next year. Like, you're not going anywhere. We got Levante David on a 1-year deal. He'll probably be done. And then we're going to have Devin White put on franchise. It's going to be probably another Lamar situation.
So now it makes sense. It makes sense. I understand why he wants out now. He looked around and saw how shitty your team is about to be over the next 4 or 5 years. Since y'all shitted in cap. Y'all have no quarterback. Offensive line is trash. Keep in mind y'all need hella safety and D-back help. But no money to spend for any of that. He realizing, let me go down and not have to do all this extra work. This is just not going to work. Ain't no more winning seasons in Tampa. Is that it?
As far as he thinks, you don't know what we're going to do.
Because Kyle Trask is going to come out, right?
Listen. It won't. I would love for it to be Kyle Trask, but you know what? For money's sakes, I feel like it's going to be Bakey Bake Cakes that they end up putting in the starting position. Yeah, that's my face too. Because I don't even like that shit.
Fix it, Jesus.
I'm not a fan. Y'all know this from past conversations.
I'm gonna give you the next minute just to talk about this. I don't even want to talk about it.
I don't care for Baker Mayfield. He is a complimentary quarterback who needs a running game to save his ass. That's
None of
why
which y'all have.
None of which. Wait,
I'm sorry.
Time out. I won't say we have a top 10, but I don't think we'll be as shitty.
Oh, you're not gonna be as bad as Baltimore running the ball.
For the simple fact that we got rid of Leonard Fournette.
Oh yeah, old head.
So now we have Rachaad White.
I like
White.
White.
I love White.
like
I
Rachaad.
like the
Okay,
way he plays,
okay.
right? We got him. We got Keyshawn Vaughn, who may be our third, who probably will be our third down back. Maybe so. I'm pretty sure we'll address it in the draft as well.
Ooh, I was just about to ask.
We're
gonna get in the draft because I got some questions right after you're done. We're gonna get right into the draft.
But Devin White, I'm with Jason Lick. You ain't getting shit. You just gonna be mad. Be mad, bro. Cause I'm not trading you because you gonna ask for this trade. You think because you gonna ask for this trade 2 weeks before the draft, I'm supposed to just give it to you? Brother, please. I'm not doing that.
Business
That's not
decision.
happening. Yeah, like you just going to be mad. Be mad. You're gonna play on this deal, and they're probably gonna franchise tag you, and you're going to play on that deal because it's gonna be this. I think it's gonna be the same situation that the Ravens are doing with Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
And Devin got an agent, so we'll see how that pans out. But at the end of the day, Devin, please, bro, please, you're gonna go to another team and be nothing more than a pass rusher.
I mean, but speaking of last minute conversations and last minute hiccups and not going on.
Are we talking about this A-Rod side?
You see Aaron still ain't signed with nobody yet.
Nope.
Wonder what New York is doing, Mr. Jets. Y'all
they
explain this to me. I'm gonna take a knee.
Oh.
Go ahead, I got time.
So, notice how he said the Jets. Remember that foreshadow part we were talking about? Yeah.
We have time now.
We have time.
So, funny how Aaron Rodgers still has not signed with the quote-unquote Jets after the Jets went and got multiple weapons that he had on his Christmas list.
They signed, what did they sign? It was like a 5-year contract?
Yes, bro.
I don't remember the numbers.
Adam Lizard.
Lizard.
Lizard. It's Lazard, but it's Lizard in my
God.
mind. But yo, did all of that just for them to still have no quarterback. Funny, huh? Because remember, I think we were talking about probably a month ago in America. I don't know if y'all were in this conversation with us. Probably not because we were drunk at a bar. But we had a conversation basically. Yes, sir.
Cheers.
Basically explaining that the Jets should give up on this A-Rod thing and be all in Lamar Jackson because of this issue right here. And I think I remember Jamar so bluntly explaining at that point that Aaron Rodgers is only going to play 1 year just to retire.
Just to sit back on his ass. Because what did he say? I don't know if y'all know, but he had a little, not a press conference, but he had an interview. And he sat there and he said, "Oh, I'm 90% retired."
I'm sorry, once more?
I am 90% retired before I go into this dark-ass cave.
So he's 90% done doing the job before he even done the job?
Yeah.
America, y'all think of that? Y'all listen to that, right?
But then decided, oh, I'm going to come back and play.
When I say handcuffing the Jets in so many ways, playing them like a pimp plays his hoe, literally, that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers is doing. The Jets, y'all were all in on A-Rod, and it would have looked good for a year. And not to say they still can't get him, but we are
But what's the point?
3 weeks to draft.
What's the point?
And you still have no quarterback. None. Mike White's gone. I know you don't want to see Zach Wilson start yet another game in a gangrene uniform.
I wouldn't.
But here it is. You let Lamar Jackson play around, not get nothing yet. You let Bakey Bake Cakes, who is still a more viable quarterback than Wilson, you let him go to Tampa. You let Cam Newton still walk. Hell, I'll take Cam before Zach Wilson.
Take Cam. And Cam don't deserve a job.
We're going to get in that for 50 seconds.
That's fine.
But yeah, so I just don't get it. The Jets, I hope this works out for you guys. I really do. But we come in and cutting it a little bit too close to comfort. And being a Patriot fan, I'd love to see y'all start the season with no quarterback. That'll be nice. But hey, how you run an organization. Aaron Rodgers, who you want, go get him. But
So you don't think it's even worth it?
I don't.
You don't even think it's worth it?
What marriage is worth sitting around hoping the bitch would marry you after you asked multiple times and she's just like, no, well, let me think about it. Will you marry me? Hey, I gotta talk to my family. 3 months later, babe, would you marry me? Oh no, wait, I don't know yet.
Listen, if I asked you one time and you said no, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Even if you said yes, and I ain't seen you till then, until the next time, it's like, it's still a wrap. Like, after you say yes, we going out, we having fun.
It's a party. It's a party.
It was one jet, one dinner, a yes, that I want to be a jet, and then nothing else. What are we looking at, America?
Maybe they're waiting till the draft, and then they'll just trade some picks in the draft. I don't know.
All the quarterbacks are going to be gone in the first 5 picks of the draft.
I'm with you. I'm with you 1,000%.
Look at Indianapolis. Indianapolis starts at 4, right?
And they probably won't even get a damn quarterback. They won't get the quarterback of their choice if they're picking at 4.
But they have so much leverage for all these teams that just want or could need a quarterback in this draft. Because after this draft, can we say there's going to be a quarterback-heavy draft?
Not till we see what we got.
Probably not until I have kids.
And even if we see what we have, it's probably not up to that Pro Bowl NFL caliber of, hey, you can start right now today.
Exactly. So you look at the Colts, they're 4th, right? Of course, they're in the market for a quarterback. Have a decent offense, some weapons outside wide receivers. You got JJ running the ball.
They need more wide receivers.
Decent. And that what we will get into.
Yeah.
But you look at that team and you're like, okay, well, would a team that really truly could use a quarterback like the Jets, could they not throw up some ones and Zach Wilson to get 4 so that they can get the quarterback with that they want?
Well,
it's movable. This draft is heavy. Now, quarterback maybe, but you know what my need is.
Yeah.
I hear you. Quarterback, top 4, but I'm looking at first round, second round, third round, and fourth round. I'm picking me a wide out.
Yeah.
Wide receiver.
So listen, this last part about A-Rod, and then we're gonna talk about this draft a little bit. Let me tell you something. A-Rod, you are not worth what the Jets are trying to get or what the Green Bay Packers are willing to give up for you. I don't think you're worth it because just like he said, you're one and done. If you were 90% done this past season, you're damn sure going to be done after this year. So why am I about to give up 2 first-round picks, some other bullshit, for you to come in here and play decent enough to get us to a playoff and then lose? Because that's what you've done. That's what you've done since 2010. You won a ring in 2010, 2011. You ain't won shit since. You've made it to the NFC Championship and been nothing but a big, fat L. You've been an L. You ain't beat nobody. You couldn't even beat Tommy in his first year during the COVID year with the Bucks.
That's because Tommy was 10 times of a better quarterback.
Oh, well, we know that. We know that. Even during the COVID
year
year when
25
he didn't
than Aaron is
first
now.
year with a new team, you brought him a ring, like you're a GOAT forever and ever and ever. But that's my point with you, A-Rod. You're not built like that. You're built for MVPs, and then that's it. Basura. That's it.
It's trash in Spanish.
You just trash.
Guys.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's trash. You trash. So since that's what that is, let's look to the draft that's in 2 weeks, right? What do you think is the biggest draft want by all teams? I'm talking all positions: quarterback, running back, offensive line, defensive back, defensive line, safety. What do you think is the biggest draft want in this upcoming 2023 draft?
I already mentioned that multiple times throughout this podcast thus far. Speed, wide receiver. Got a league that wants to throw the ball 50, 60 times a game. This is a draft that's deep with wideouts, at least through mid-third round. You can get you a first or second round type talent at wide receiver. Whether it's an outside one, a slot, a scat, well, that's a back, but a 2. I'm using a lot of lingos in here for you. Y'all try to keep up. If not, go to Google. Anyway, Wide receiver is definitely what I'm looking at. I mean, you know me. We've always been in look for a wide receiver. Kind of scared me.
Forever.
That's good. Bill Belichick just does not draft well at wideout. He'll get a lineman that'll be a Hall of Famer before he.
He'll get an old lineman or someone. Notice how I said someone on the defense. They'll be great.
But no,
that wide receiver position.
This year's draft is a speed draft. Not so much a skill position draft, but a speed draft. And wide receiver is one. That's key. Sub 4.4s, 6'3", 6'5", 60-inch verticals, huge. They doing it. I need a wide receiver. And what better way to start my 14th draft pick of the first round off with Mr. Boston College's own, Mr. Zay Flowers. Keep him in town.
Ain't that our homie's cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to keep Boston College's own.
I love it.
And keep him right in Boston. Come down to Foxborough, baby. And we get it done. But wide receiver is what we need. I love it. So much talent.
There's a lot of talent in the wide.
And running back, Bijan. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going. Okay, so I'll push it back to you.
Right.
Because you see how happy I am about wide
For you, it's wide receiver. I'm not against wide receivers whatsoever. But if I'm looking for my team and the overall aspect of what a lot of these teams in the NFL need, offensive linemen. I'll just name a couple for you right now. It's not the name of the players, but the teams that need offensive linemen. Chicago.
Yeah.
Tampa needs one. Who else needs one? The Jets need one. That's 3 right there. What's the 4th? Who else?
Chicago,
the Giants need them.
Giants.
4. That's 4 teams right now that
one.
Genuinely. Indianapolis needs one along with their quarterback. That is
you doing
5.
all this naming 3/4 of the league.
They need an offensive line. And this year, we're stacked. Yeah. You do have your top 3 or 4 offensive linemen, whether it be tackle or guard. You have your top 4. But then the middle of the pack. Mm-hmm. That middle of the pack has the ability, to start in this NFL.
Full starters.
You got plenty. Personally, for me, 19, I don't know who's going to be off the board, but what's the kid from Georgia? Broderick?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
big man.
Broderick.
Big man.
That's what his name. That's who we need, because what's going to happen is for Tampa, we're switching Tristan Wirfs from right tackle to left tackle, so we're going to need another tackle. Or he might stay at right tackle when they just plug and play.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, because I hear you, and I'm going to continue to be the devil's advocate, because Mr. Tampa has a whole idea of what he wants to be, but it's kind of hard to get there. Would you not jump up from 19 to possibly put your name in for a quarterback?
Yes. I would. I want an offensive lineman.
And hypothetically speaking, if you're able to do that, let's say you move with Indy at 4, what would be on your ticket?
So I don't think Will Levis will be there. We know Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud
will be gone. 1, 2, 2,
so
1.
There's Will Levis, and then I might
Richardson.
Yeah, I like Richardson. I don't like him for the sense of I like him for. I'm lying. I like him for his athleticism. Mm-hmm. I don't. His pass rating, he's only thrown for like 53%.
So then you're only giving yourself a Trey Lance. Why would you do that? Pick another one.
You want to know why I would do that?
Okay.
If it's not him...
No. Make your argument, because I hear you.
I'm going to tell you. There's a reason why. What is this league shifting to?
A run base or outside the pocket base pass offense.
That's what we have come to develop over time.
Okay.
So why not get someone who has the ability to move with the ball, who can run with the ball, who has a good idea of what to do with his legs. He doesn't get hit. He doesn't take hits. I can't say his accuracy is going to be any better than Cam Newton's over the last 10 years. But Cam got you to a Super Bowl.
In a point where running quarterbacks were really in the prime.
It was, yeah.
At this point, I get you. I hear you. But it's all about smarts. I need a brain. You saw Mike Shanny take Trey Lance, right?
Yeah.
Pass Matt Jones with the same, and take Trey Lance with the same thought process that this is a league that's getting a little out of the pocket and quick. His throwing ain't necessarily the best. His decision making ain't necessarily the best. But he quick on his feet. He'll get on out of that pocket when he need to. And what happened? 3 games in, injured. When you look at a quarterback like, and I know you're going to hate me when I say this, because he's trash, but in this conversation, he makes it gold. A Ryan Tannehill. A quarterback that ain't about to jump out of nobody's pocket. That's about to just toss that bitch off into the sideline because he know. Yeah. But also don't got an arm, but know how to make the right decisions. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
That sounds
you
more
of you want the IQ over the athleticism.
I want the wop. I want the wop. I want. That's what I want. I don't want the.
So you would be okay with getting what's Notre Dame's quarterback?
Who? The kid. Oh my God.
Hooker. I don't want to say his last name wrong.
Hendon. I don't want to say Hooker, but I want to say it's Hooker. Hendon Hooker. I want to say it's Hendon Hooker. Hooker. It's not a
something like that.
It's Hendon something. Yeah, I would love the kid. Yes. If I did not have
Mac 10. Before he got hurt, before he was injured, he was a top 3. He was above Will Levis.
I already got the next Brady.
I wouldn't be against him either. That was about to be my argument.
I already got Mac 10.
I wasn't against getting him either. But
y'all should have too, because we.
I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be pissed. But I personally want an offensive lineman.
And that would work.
If we're not gonna get our quarterback by the time we draft at 19, give me the offensive lineman, because that's what killed us last year.
Yeah.
We also I'll tell y'all right off the gate. It's offensive lineman, it's safety, and probably pass rush, because our pass rush died the moment that Shaq Barrett went down. Oh, I'm sorry. You have a statement or question? What's up?
When you say secondary, does that mean, when you say safety, does that mean the entire secondary? Because y'all don't have D-backs. They're trash.
Wait a minute.
Your pass coverage linebackers are trash. You said that earlier. Y'all have no kicker. Trash. And of course, Todd Bowles sitting over there looking trashy. Basura. Muy basura. Mas basura.
Listen. First of all, let me break this down to y'all for those who don't know. We have Carlton Davis. That's our best man-to-man right there, off rip.
Their best man-to-man is somebody's third best.
It doesn't even matter, because guess what? We're top 10 in pass coverage. I don't want to hear that crap. We're top 10. In
a division, a conference that was literally shit.
It don't matter. If we're talking overall, we're top 10. You can mention conference all you want. We're top 10 overall.
I'm pretty sure we
were 6 or 7.
Top 10 and 10U ain't good when you compare them to a college player.
Well, one of us made the playoffs and the other one didn't. So I don't want to hear shit. So, with that being said, I wouldn't be against taking a corner as well. Not in the first round, because there's plenty of depth in the corner position. Okay? But I want the offensive lineman, because we got rid of not Tristan Wirfs. I'm sorry.
You're not going to disrespect me like that.
I absolutely will. We got rid of Donovan Smith, okay? We got rid of, who was y'all lineman? Shaq? Was it Shaq Lawson?
Shaq Mason.
No, Shaq Mason. I'm sorry. Shaq Lawson is a defensive lineman. I'm sorry. Shaq Mason, okay? We got rid of core interior players, and we need that back.
Talking about playoffs and shit. I'm listening.
I hear you bring up that 6, but whatever. One of your quarterbacks who brought you to 6 brought me my 1, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway,
just to leave y'all high and dry. That sounds like a sloppy.
He got me what I wanted. I got to yell out to all of America that I got my.
So I got a marriage, and you just got a little
and
one night.
When
stand.
was your last?
One night only. One night only.
I'll take a one night stand. If it bring me a ring, I'll take it.
No. I'm gonna leave you alone.
But
Keep
you know what I mean. So I think we need offensive linemen. I wouldn't be against taking a safety, but there's a lot of depth in the defensive side of this draft. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I also think that like there's a possibility. I don't know how the draft order goes in the second round, but like I think we have a good chance to get Banks. Deontay Banks from.
I honestly think y'all will be up high in the second round.
Yeah, like I would love to.
At least a couple in the second round.
I would love to get him.
Yeah.
I know that you guys need a wide receiver, but what would you think your secondary option?
Oh, my second option. Ooh.
Because obviously, you know, wide receiver's number one. What's next?
Believe it or not, bro, I like the offensive line. As much as I hated it last year with Cole Strange, Bill Belichick proved me wrong. Like I said, the man's good at certain shit, just not dealing with young kids. Pause. That didn't sound right. No one's good dealing with young kids. He's good at dealing with football, but just not connecting with the younger players. That sound better? More
That's
PC?
way better.
All right.
Way better.
So that's what I'm getting at. He proved me wrong last year with the pick in Cole Strange, first round pick. This man went 16th pick of the draft, first round, and picked up an offensive lineman in Cole Strange. And all Cole Strange
and that
did,
wasn't even like the biggest need that you guys had at that time.
at all. But it made the most sense. And you know all he did last year, bro?
Eat.
Like a whole bowl of ramen, just
Okay.
whole bowl.
So since that's your bet, like that's your secondary pick, like those are the things you want. What would make you the most angry? Like say, like what position would your team draft? Say first round, second round, whatever it is. What do you think would make you the most angry if they were to draft it? If that was your first round pick, like what position would piss you off the most?
I was going to go with the obvious, but can I say if we move out of the first round, like he would normally always do?
Oh, that is a part of it.
Because America, I was going to say a kicker. We all know drafting kicker is just laughable. You can go to college.
You can literally wait till the draft is over, and there's like 50 million kickers you can pick from.
I can go to high school right now and pick up a kid that plays soccer and teach him in a year how to kick a football 50 yards. That ain't nothing. So I'm going to go this. Doing the same dumb shit Bill Belichick does every fucking year outside of the past couple years. Oh, the same shit he did when we had the 31st pick in the 2019 draft, but he decided to move out so that the Ravens can come pick up and move that pick and get, you know who? Lamar Jackson.
The guy who doesn't have a contract but he's franchise tag.
Who Bill wanted but wanted to drop out. That is going to make me the most pissed. If this man decides to take and move from our 14th pick, instead of getting Bijan, instead of getting Zay, instead of getting any type of offensive lineman or hell, a DN, I don't care. Get somebody. If he moves out, I'm gonna be in Nantucket.
You know what's so funny? You know how we talked about how great the wide receiver class is? If Tampa was to go and draft a wide receiver in that first round, I would throw a fucking fit. We let Scotty Miller go with every right reason because he doesn't stay healthy.
Beyond trash,
never be on the field. He's nothing but speed. He's nothing but speed. But we still have Mike Evans as well as
what's the kid's name?
What's the kid
bro?
from Penn State? Oh, it's drawing a blank and I don't know why. Chris Godwin. We have those.
Oh yeah, Mr.
Hurts. We have those two. And I like our tight ends. I like Kate Otten. Okay. I'm mad it's drawing a blank to me right now, but the kid who be blocking for us, he's a great blocker. I don't know what they did with Kyle Rudolph. I think they just let him go. Whatever.
That was a waste
that was a waste of a
contract.
Signing. I didn't care for that signing anyway.
Again,
but if you draft a wide receiver in a class where you can get the same style wide receiver or type of wide receiver in the third, the fourth round, I'm gonna be so mad. I talked about how offensive linemen were great or good from tier 1 to tier 2. But why the fuck do I want to wait till the third, fourth round to get it? Get it in the first or second. Because those are going to be the ones you can start. By the fourth or fifth round,
I hear you.
I'm working on, I'm trying to build you up. You're raw.
Yeah,
you are raw talent.
Yep.
Yeah, you're raw talent. And I can't do nothing with raw talent to some degree. Okay? So I would much rather I would much rather draft any other position, whether it be running back. That shouldn't be in the first round either. But anyway, I think we need a run. No, not in the first round. I think we need a running back.
Okay.
Just not necessarily in
So
the
you're
first
really
round.
sold on picking up a big body at the offensive line position in the first round.
Once we got rid of Donald Smith, who I'm happy for that we got rid of, we need that. We need somebody to fill that hole, whether it be left tackle or right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to fill that hole. We got to protect whatever quarterback we got starting.
Yeah.
Whether it's Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield. I don't care for Baker at all. But I don't want him to get beat up. I don't want him to get banged up.
As if to say the dumb shit he don't already do ain't going to automatically happen to him.
It will. But the problem is, it's going to be worse if he's injured.
You're right.
Because that 1 year with the Browns, it wasn't. I think it was the year after they made the playoffs.
The first year of the coach, the new coach guy.
Whatever the new
Nick.
Whatever his
no.
name is. Nick, no. Because I'm thinking Nick Stefanski. That's not it. Because they kept
Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah. So whatever it is with him, I need you to stay upright. Okay. I don't know much about Kyle Trask. I've only seen what I can see in preseason. I think he's probably a little bit better than Jordan Love. Yeah, that's a shot at you, Green Bay. That's a shot. Because you want to get rid of Aaron Rodgers for a guy you don't even know.
I actually think Jordan Love's a good quarterback. Well,
I don't think he's the worst. A decent quarterback. I don't think he's the worst. He's not worse than Drew Lock. But he just hasn't had the ability. And it's funny, Charlie Weiss on the Airing It Out podcast on SMX, he literally said, he was like, they're going to pick up a fifth-year option on a quarterback that has not played one meaningful snap.
Yep. It's laughable, correct?
It's rather
truly
hilarious.
Fucking laughable. So yeah, bro. I mean, it's a lot going on. And this is kind of where we'll be until the draft, April 27th. Mm-hmm. What we're going to do each week, we'll be bringing at least 4 different teams. We're going to dissect all of these teams the same way we did today. There's a lot of conversation that's happening without the league or throughout the league between the news within these organizations, these disgruntled trades, or
that won't happen unless it's draft day. And you're like
emotional fans and all that good stuff. A lot's going on right now, as y'all can see. So, what we'll do, like I said, every week up until the draft, April 27th, which is that Thursday.
Yes, I believe so.
We will be live April 27th for that draft show. All right? So, but up until that show, what we're going to do is bring to you guys out of these 32 teams, 4 or 5 of them a week. We're going to dissect them. We're going to pick out their needs, their wants, their thought processes behind it. Let's be real. A lot of the teams are in some deep shit.
Oh, absolutely.
They're walking into this period not fully knowing or understanding how shitty they are.
Colts.
Tampa.
That too. I'm not even going to...
Baltimore.
Absolutely.
Hell. New York Giants.
Offensive line. Hello.
A lot of... like he said, there's a lot of openings, a lot of wishes, a lot of fixes that these teams need to make. Our job over the next few weeks, bring that to you guys. Let y'all know. We'll talk about them, discuss them. Any questions, concerns. If your team, maybe you're an Eagles fan, maybe you feel like this is run it back next Thursday. All right? Y'all feel like y'all going back to the Super Bowl. Well, we might just bring you back to reality and show you how 05 y'all made it to a Super Bowl, but in 06.
What'd you do? What'd you do? I'm going to bring this up for my own personal enjoyment. Y'all came out in 02 or 2001, 2002, and y'all wanted to close down the vet.
Yep.
How'd you close it down? With an L.
What?
With an L to the Bucks, to Warren Sapp,
and that was a nasty
Hall of Famer Rondé Barber with a pick 6.
You see, history always repeats itself, you guys.
Always.
So that's what we're gonna be here for for you guys for within the next few weeks. Get you up to date on all these teams, their mindsets heading into the draft, April 27th. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, on April 27th, that Thursday, we'll be on.
Yes, sir.
We'll be going through pick 1, pick 2, all the way through to 32.
Y'all gonna see live reactions out here.
It's gonna be wild. So watch us live. We got our YouTube channels. I'll make sure we'll get through you guys once we're done today's podcast. But we wanted to absolutely just thank y'all. Thank you for still being with us.
Yes, sir. Hitch_Hook podcast is also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're all on Hitch_Hook. Specifically, that. We're here. All lowercase. We're here.
Reach out to us, y'all. Keep us busy. Like I said, we appreciate y'all showing back up. We had our hiatus for the off season, but NFL season officially started.
Yes, sir.
Might not have been games on TV, but as we said when we first started this show today, the moment we get close to the draft, basically April, baby, we here.
We here every day, every week, I should say.
Literally. So just like today, we went through our teams, went through some of the top ones in the areas. So over the next 6-7 days, hit us up on our social medias. Let us know what teams y'all want us to talk about. If you're a Jets fan, let us know. If you're a 49ers fan, Brock Purdy coming back from an injury. Sound like he probably had a
all of y'all quarterback coming back from an injury.
All of y'all quarterback. Hell, I don't even care. If you a Texans fan and you just want to talk about how good the weather is in Texas, hit us up. We'll talk about it. But look, I'm your host. We're your hosts. I'm your boy, Nick Ransom.
I'm Jamar Smith.
We want to appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for spending time with us. It's the Hitch and Hook podcast, baby. We did it again.
Yes, sir.
Y'all be safe. Catch y'all next time.